All right, so we're streaming now. If I refresh, there it is. How cool is that? Everything just works right away. Let's add a description, something catchy. What atrocity will we come up with today? Atrocity is a very negative word. Monstrosity, that's better. What monstrosity? There we go. Spell it right. What monstrosity will we come up with today? I haven't a clue. All right, coolio. So we have a link. I'm going to go ahead and send this link over to some Discord servers that I'm in. So that'll take only like a minute or two. So and then after that we will get into the juice. Coolio. All right. Let's do one more. Okay, that's okay. As soon as I think I'm done, I realize, oh, I have like there's at least one more server I could probably post a link to. I'm not trying to overstep on the number of servers or anything, but there've been like what four so far, and I just found a fifth. That's not too bad. All right. Okay, I've posted to a total of 5 Discord servers. We'll see if anyone is interested in showing up to this thing here. We'll see how many we can gather. Anywho, as you can probably tell by the name of this live stream, we are testing out some plugin combos. Now I have Ableton open, and we're going to do everything here. We're going to start with grabbing either a MIDI or an audio source. I'm thinking we could probably work with MIDI this time around. But then what we'll do is we'll look for some plugins, and we'll just combine a bunch of plugins to hear how things sound. And we'll just listen to some crazy things. I mean, I'm hoping it'll get pretty crazy, because I think the juice lies in the the craziness of what can be created, and that is something that I believe strongly. So let's see here. I like natural instruments, if that makes sense. Like instruments that aren't synthesizers necessarily. I mean, everything on Ableton I think is primarily a synthesizer, but the ones that are supposed to resemble a real instrument, or a traditional instrument. That's what I was trying to say. So yeah, like the grand piano, for instance, an instant favorite. You know, there's just something just so natural about it, so tender. So we'll use an innocent grand piano to to kick us off. And then following that, we'll just take a look at some plugins here. Yeah, they would be here in the audio effects library. So I'm a sucker for a good delay. Oh, hang on a second. There we go. I was on the wrong track, I suppose. So yeah, like I was saying, I love a good delay. Yeah, very fluttery. And then you can delay the delay a bit. Moving it around also messes with the pitch of the delay itself, which is a fun time. You can just kind of warp things around in real time. And I guess you can have like the left ear, a delay be different in the left ear than it is from the right ear. I think that's what this means. Yeah. So hopefully you can hear the variety if you're listening in with headphones. Oh. I don't really mess around with this much, but I guess this changes how the delay itself sounds. Like if you want more high, like more of a high pass as opposed to more of a low pass. Yeah, that's cool. Let's actually do the independent ear thing again. Yeah. At this point, I'm just hitting random keys. I'll go back to I believe this is the pentatonic C major scale, as they tell you in music theory class. Anyway, so another thing I like to do with this is just start playing something and then just let it hang. Now this I found is great for if you want to do like a live looping set, and I'll show you how I do mine. Alright, so we'll turn this off for a bit, turn it back on, and I'll just play a chord, and then I'll have that on, and then it'll just stay right there, exactly where it is, and it'll basically loop over and over and over. And you would have established it just by playing something in real time. And it works because it's set to, when you set it to 16, it'll play every measure according to what tempo your project is in. So it's going by your tempo. So if we were to change the tempo, actually if we do that, the actual delay shifts in pitch. I did not know that, and now we're back. So that's fun. And then, yeah, I guess you can't change anything about this because all this is doing is repeating what has been passed through the first time. So that's just looping. It's all just that itself is literally looping over and over. So anyway, that's just something that I like to do. We'll get rid of that for now. Okay, cool. So that gives us more lows. Ooh. Oh, that's fun. All right. Just checking to see if anyone's in the chat. Cool. So this is fun. We can work with this as we bring in more plugins. Why not? I don't see why not. That sounds fun. All right, let's bring in the echo. Now, the echo, I have a fun time with the echo. It's kind of like a delay. But I think it utilizes, I don't know. I like to think that it utilizes more of the stereo aspect, but I could be very wrong about that. if I'm being honest, I may not be the perfect person to go to for exactly what sets this apart from this. However, if we were to combine the two of these and mess around with some of these features here, now the feedback, the way the feedback works in Echo is a lot more intense, and I think a lot more responsive. I think the reason for that is because it goes past 100. Like the highest you can get is 150, and it just gets a lot louder. Yeah, you can put anything through this. If you have something looping, put anything through this, the entire loop just kind of goes crazy. Well, literally anything that you put through here, of course. But you know, if you're working with loops and you decide to do this, that will add a lot of that will add a good sort of a deep fried aspect to your loop, you know, because you've raised the intensity of your sound. So that's a good time. So these are both just delays. We can absolutely add a ton of other stuff as we like. Vinyl distortion's always a good time. We'll bring that in here. Now we're not hearing a lot of it yet, but if we turn if we move this thing around at the bottom here, it starts to sound very different. Yeah, you can still faintly recognize it as a piano. But just kind of barely. It's a lot more staticky, as you'll notice. Let's turn up the crackle. Yeah. Alright, I'm going to play around with some things that I don't know much about, just to see what changes. Okay, that's fun. Ooh. So there's vinyl, and I think I'm also getting a feeling of rainfall. I don't know if that's the intention, but I think we'll either that or we've created it to be like that a bit. Because it's not just this we're working with. We got all this delay stuff still, you know, enabled. Let's see. Okay, so that is just the vinyl. Yeah. This is fun. I'm having a good time here. I'm gonna go straight to reverb, and let's actually put this in between echo and vinyl. We could also hear how the vinyl sounds reverbed also. Ooh. This sounds more like rain. Oh, I like that. Let's turn the decay all the way up, see what we get. Ah. Okay, let's turn the echo up. The echo feedback. Ooh, okay. I like that. Oh, my word. Alright, we got some good ambience going now. Alright. Nothing's coming through here now. Alright, let's try something else. Okay, tension. Building up some tension here. Alright, I like this, Let's get rid of the density. But yeah, if we get rid of all the density, we don't hear the crackle anymore, I realize. So this just affects the volume of the crackle, as you would guess from the label volume. And then this changes the... So this also does get rid of the volume. So it does get rid of the crackle in a similar way to the volume, but it also changes the actual sound of the crackle itself. And then drive. I guess that affects... It doesn't get rid of the crackle, which is nice. Yeah, so this all this stuff is crackle info. So if I had to guess, this gets rid of the sort of distortion kind of aspect. So that's honestly take or leave for me, you know. This is a bit more calming without the drive. Yeah. On second thought, we'll go without. Actually, let's see. I like the calm nature, but I also think it's fun to add a bit of edge to it. Yeah. It gives a little something more, you know. But it doesn't detract from what sort of peaceful aura this has. Oh hey, Susan Haywards is here. Hello. Yes, I love Ableton's delay as well. I like that they give you different variations of delay that you can use. These are my two favorites: the one that's called delay and the one that's called echo. I use those kind of all the time, personally. I'm glad you like the sounds. I did not expect to. I did not expect to get somewhere kind of blissful, and I would still be more than happy to to just add even more insane stuff to it. We can even take things away if we so please. We can do whatever we want, quite frankly. So we were just. Yeah, so reverb was the last thing. Now, one thing I'd like to try and do is get rid of this reverb for a little bit, add a different reverb. I like to use the hybrid reverb as well as the standard reverb. So we'll just hear the difference between these two reverbs, I think. So this is how it sounds when you just add it in. And then, like we were doing before, we can mess with the decay, turn it all the way up to 60 again. Let me know if you are able to hear any differences between this reverb and this one, if you have an ear for that kind of thing. If you are watching this, whether it is live or not. I think only one person is here at the moment. So yeah, if anyone watches this after the fact, and you have an ear for reverb differences, I'm interested to hear your thoughts on what you perceive to be different. Because I'll be honest, I never really quite make it out myself. Alright, now another really fun plugin that I found myself using in virtually every track I've worked on most recently is this bad boy, the auto pan. Now, I use it in one particular way, but I'll show you some more ways that you can use this thing. So right now, nothing's really happening, but if you turn up the amount, it goes from one ear to the other, to the other, to the other. So it's like back and forth, left and right, and left and right. And you can change how fast it goes. So it's kind of trippy. I like it. Yeah. This is another way to kind of make it sound all warbly. So that's fun. And of course, like everything else here, you can place it anywhere else. So the reverb can still be going through everything, like in the center. And then what it takes in is all traveling at any speed through between your ears. I think I enjoy this more, just for the vibes. Oh, all right. We got Cedric. We got Cedar. Wavy. I agree. It's rather wavy. So yeah, now it's back to normal, but yeah, AutoPan does make things kind of fun. And then we'll hear this again. Yeah, that's like taking everything. That's like putting this on a master track essentially. We are only working with just the one track though for now. Yeah, this is fun. Now, the main thing that I like to do is I kind of like to get rid of the panning thing entirely, and just kind of have it be like a center of the ears experience. And then I also like to use this shape, so you can kind of hear more of a rhythm this way, which I'm a big fan of. So I love this rhythmic aspect so much that I will use this in tracks that have beats, and I end up using this feature where you can actually sort it by any fraction of the beat of your track. So right now we're still at 120 beats per minute, so this is going kind of in that tempo. Every 16th of a single measure, I think, is what this is. And then you can also go real fast or slower. Do a little shuffle beat. This is what that would be like if we're doing it in 120. And hopefully you guys can hear this okay. Let me know. I imagine it's a teeny bit soft. I think the reverb does kind of soften things a little bit. Unless we decided to turn this up, the stereo. I don't know if that changes the volume, but I think it adds more texture somehow. Let me know. Let me know if you're... Well, let me know first of all if you like what you hear, you know? Because if you don't, then we can change things up. We can add more. We can keep things exciting. I'm not here to bore anyone. Anyone else could do that for you. I'm not doing that. Oh, and then another fun thing about AutoPan is you can change the shape to be less of a gradually softening with every repeat of itself, and just kind of immediately mutes itself. That's the only way I can put it now. But you can see now it's like, you know, suddenly up and then suddenly down, whereas before it was slowly making its way down and then coming up and then slowly making its way down. So it's less of a triangular thing and more of a rectangular thing. I mean, those are literally kind of the shapes you're seeing here. So we can bring this back, the panning thing. So now what's happening is you're hearing stuff in one ear, and then directly after that it goes away, comes back in the other ear, and it goes back and forth. But it never gives the impression of traveling from one to the other, unless you get rid of this. Well, no, not necessarily. If you do this, then it feels more like it's traveling. Whereas this is more like it starts here, and then it starts again somewhere else. And then this is like, yeah, it's in your face the entire time before it goes away, depending on how long you want it for. And then it appears somewhere else. So if you're wearing headphones while you're listening to this, then you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Then it'll make a lot of sense. You'll get to enjoy it as much as I am right now. If that is how you are choosing to enjoy these sounds, or this particular sound, you know, because we're trying to find quite a few. Yeah. So if you're just joining us, I'm on the lookout for some fun sounds that can be created with any kind of combo of plugins here. So we're just using one MIDI instrument, putting it through so many things. And so far we've created something kind of fun, like a soundscape, you know. I was saying earlier that it reminds me of rain. Yeah, you're just kind of outside in the rain, or sheltering from the rain, and some music is playing all the while. Alright. Susan Hayward says, "Sounds good to me." Thank you. Thank you, I'm so glad. Alright. Let's bring this back. Yeah. Yeah, this is funky. Alright, just wanted to hear how that sounded. We'll keep this where it is. I like to move things around a lot just to hear all the possibilities. But we'll move onward, you know? What else do we want to do? I guess we could mess with yeah, because we were just here for the AutoPan. We could mess with the phaser and or flanger. So we'll put that right here after the reverb. So this is fun. You get more of a warble with this. That's what I'm going to call it. It's a warble. You can speed up the warble. You can slow down the warble. Yeah. It's anyone's game, you know. Now, of course, if you're not hip to this, then maybe you'll like the flanger, which is nearly similar, I think, but I don't know. Probably gets more intense. Ooh. Okay. This option, this doubler here, is giving us more results, I think. feedback. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. I like that. So here's what it sounds like when we turn down the amount all the way. You can do a lot of things with this alone. Let's go back to flanger real quick. Oh, that's fun. I love that. I love that. You can faintly hear the notes I'm playing right now. It's mostly just effects at this point. Oh, you know what would be fun? Hang on. Actually, what I was going to do is I was going to just drag this all the way out here, but we could just get another one. Actually, I like this. I love that. I love that. That's so cool. I love that. Oh boy. Oh, they're dancing. Alright, let's play some more notes. Okay. Alright. Alright, let's get rid of this Autopan. I think we've had enough fun. I don't think we need many more than one. Feels like it sits comfortably right here for me. Yeah, that's so freaking cool. Alright, turn on the warmth a bit. I wonder if that means you can hear the piano a little more. I'm not even sure. Actually, that might be what this does. Ooh. Okay, I think I did like this sound a bit more, so we'll keep it this way. I guess this will turn all this stuff down. So having it at 0 gets rid of this entirely. So this is what the dryness of all of this sounds like, and then when you turn this all the way up, you get the wetness of this. All the wetness of this. Now I take dryness and wetness to mean how little of a plugin there is and how much of a plugin there is, essentially. Because without a plugin, your track could be dry, and then you wet it with what the plugin is. I think that's how you're meant to look at it. Dryness just kind of means, like, you know, lacking of any liquidation, because it's like a raw, it's like a raw thing. I was gonna say moistened, but I know people don't like that word, so I won't try to say it. But essentially that's what that is to me, you know? I think... I'm happy with it being right here, or maybe lower than that. I don't think it needs to be too much of a bother. Also, we can always change how fast it's going. Well, actually, you know what? This is cool. This is cool. I can work with this. What does this do? Ooh. Oh, crap. That's fun. That's fun. Okay. I wasn't sure what was causing it to get so loud every so often. I was wondering if that was still the echo doing what the echo does, but the feedback's not set up real high, so it wouldn't be that effective at this point, I don't think. Alright, what the heck else do we even want to go after this? Because we have a lot. We got this, we got this, we got this, we got... This is off, replaced with this. And then we have this, and then we have this. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plugins that we have added onto our piano MIDI patch here. So that's a pretty good number. However, I am very curious to see how much worse we can make this, or better, depending on how you feel about what we've made so far. Because there's so many things we could do that could add tastefully to our collection, but just as much so ruin everything we've built, in a sense. I guess I'm looking forward to both outcomes, so I'm not worried at all. So yeah, this is what we've come up with, or what I've come up with. You can absolutely take these into your own hands if you have Ableton, of course, and if you have these specific plugins. You can take these into your own project and mess around with them exactly how you see fit, you know, make your own choices. There are a lot of things that I've not touched on here. Like if we go back to the flanger, there are ways we can change the flanger still. Like we can change how this works, how this thingy-majiggy works, the time thingy. And then Phaser had a few other things. Yeah. Ooh. I like looking at the little at these little colored lines here. It looks like a bunch of dancers just coming in and out. That's, I don't know, that's entertaining me at the moment. Just like picturing them just like as little figures. So this is all happening by itself, essentially. I'm not even playing notes. Like, this is just the Phaser doing Phaser things. So if we added notes to this, I wonder how that would affect things. The combo of the Phaser sounds and the notes on the piano are nice, I think. We could honestly keep this going. And then add more stuff over this. But if we turn this up all the way, we'll get much more of that and much less of the piano. We can have it faintly kind of hang out. Bring it down to maybe like around here. Or back up here. Yeah, there we go. You can still kind of hear it this way, or at least I can. Alright. How's everyone enjoying this, this sort of world that we've created here? Any thoughts? Any comments? Any questions? I guess I wouldn't mind taking a crack at answering some questions that anyone has. You know, despite not being very knowledgeable about, like, every single technical aspect of how these plugins work. I'm the kind of guy who just hears things and kind of knows how they sound and, you know, determines my likeness of them from that. Which is kind of a fun way to make music, you know? If you know what you like the sound of, and you're able to use it, you kind of know vaguely how to make that, how to make it happen, you know? Whether it's by doing all this stuff, or finding a simpler way, then, yeah. By that point, you're just making the thing you want to make, so. It's all good. Either way, I guess I could answer some questions. If need be. If anyone was curious about anything. I'll try. Let's change this to... I wonder if you... Was there a way to change the pitch of the kind of like bleeding note that the phaser is giving out? Oh yeah, this was it. There we go. Yeah, that'll do. I like that. Now, there was another thing that came to mind, another plugin that I'm honestly curious about. I'm curious about how it'll play with the all these other things. Now, this could be one of those things we try in various parts of our setup here, because how each plugin operates depends pretty much on the order that all the plugins are put in, I'd say. It's like if this was somewhere else in this mix, we would get a different sound. So let's see here. Let me find where this particular thing is. Okay, it's under the reverb and resonance folder here. So we have this reverb. We like this reverb. Now there are a couple of fun things we can use here. One of them is the vocoder, and the other one is the spectral resonator, which was the specific one that I wanted to use. Now I've used this as kind of a vocoder, but it doesn't just do what a vocoder does, which I believe a vocoder kind of waits for an input from like a from some kind of like it can either be a MIDI or audio probably, but something that plays a certain sound or music, and the vocoder itself will generate that. But you know, there'll probably be a very different source. It could be most commonly it's someone speaking or someone singing, or you know, it's commonly talking. I feel like usually how people use it. But yeah, so that is vocoded to the MIDI or audio sort of input that you feed it. But the spectral resonator has a little bit more to it. It already kind of comes with a certain way for your audio or your MIDI to sound. Come to think of it, I've never actually experimented on this with a MIDI instrument, but I'm convinced for the time being that it would work just the same. I kind of want to try it now, you know, to see just how much things change. And if things change too much, we do have the option to lessen the mix of this as we please. But we'll try it now. We'll add this in right after the phaser here. Yeah, so the whole thing just kind of changes to be the single kind of one note robotic sounding kind of swell that never ends. Oh, and the reason it never ends is because we still have the crackle turned on, and the crackle will just keep going. And if we turn some things off, you may notice it go away in this robotic kind of swell that we're hearing now. Yeah, see? So yeah, in a way, you could use this, you could honestly use this as its own independent instrument if you're if it's taking after a you know a sort of eternally held sound source. And of course, the easiest way to do that is to switch from this to this, and then you get actual notes. Notes with octaves and all that music stuff. And this gives you more of a makes it sound more like a practical note is being held. But then this way you hear more of what it's taking in. And then there are other fun ways to make it sound. Oh, that got rid of it. And then this. Ooh. I think that, yeah, changes the volume, the loudness, the gain. Oh. Okay. Alright, just messing with some of these other knobs here. I don't know exactly how they work, but I guess you don't have to if you want to just make sounds. You know, you could just vibe with whatever you end up with wherever you end up. Essentially, that's what I do all the time. Now we did say we could bring this down to hear everything else still going on. So we turn it all the way down. We still hear all the rest of the stuff that we've established. Now we can bring this in, and we can start playing some more notes. So that's fun, huh? I think so. We can, now that we're hearing everything together, we can keep messing with this and see how it cooperates. Yeah. Another thing I like about the spectral resonator is it shows you kind of visually what's going on, what you're doing. I mean, I guess this does too, you know? This has the cute little dancing colored lines and whatnot. But this is a bit more intricate, I think. Yeah, if you want, you can create little mountain peaks or trees. I guess these do look more like trees, huh? So yeah, this is what trees sound like, just in case you weren't aware. Oh, and this, I don't know what this is. But that's cool. Let's mess around with the frequency a little more. I was really enjoying that for a second. Sorry for that, guys. I will admit I jumped a little bit at that. Sometimes producing music's a little scary. I don't know. Sometimes it gives you the heebie-jeebies. But you know, I guess that keeps the fun alive and experimentation, if that means anything to anyone. So at this point, I really am just messing around with this one plugin. But it is taking after all the other plugins that are taking after the notes that I'm feeding to everything. So in a way, everything is still working together. As I continue to change, as I continue to alter one thing at a time to hear how everything sounds. So without this, we get this. Yeah. So if this were lower, it would definitely add more of a. It does add more of a depth to to our little soundscape here, doesn't it? So we could use this. We could use this. No problem. Well, I hope everyone who is still hanging out doing all right in life. Okay, this is sounding pretty it's sounding pretty legitimate. Well, it always was, but no, I'm very fond of what we've of where we've ended up. 1 second. Oh. There we go. So I did recently count the number of plugins that we have, but I tend to forget sometimes, so I'm just doing it again. So this is our 7th. We could honestly add like 3 more, and then I think we'd be fine. We won't need to add much more after that, because 10 is a good number. Now, which 3 do we want to bring into this? Because there are still a lot to choose from right here, where I'm at. There's still a lot we can do. I am very fond of this erosion thing. So this is another one of those. It's another one of those plugins that adds a bit of a texture to your sound. So it adds almost like a saturation. I know there is literally a saturator here, but think of this as a adjacent to saturation, or maybe even fulfilling your saturation needs if you think it would do that for you. not much to this one. It's pretty simple. You're just kind of moving a ball around. And you have the option of sine mode and these two noise modes also. So with the noise mode, you get more of a I guess you get more of a filter going. Oh, sorry, yeah, the width. The width is activated. That's what I was looking for. It was right in front of me. I didn't see it yet, but it was right in front of me. The width becomes the width becomes enabled when you mess around with noise. So you do have more options. Be cool to have it just right here. Ooh, okay. That's fun. Alright, alright. I can dig that. I can dig that. I can dig it. Just taking a quick look here at some of the other things that we can utilize. I wouldn't be indifferent to adding adding more of a distortion to what seems to already be kind of a distorted experience. I wouldn't mind going overdrive, honestly. I'm just saying I wouldn't mind doing that. That's not. I'm not above that. I mean, why not? Let's. Do we have the other? Yeah. All right. Oh yeah. Someone told me that I could just double tap and it appears. So I'll keep that in mind. You know. And of course you have this you can turn down if you don't want it anymore, and then you can turn it up all the way if you really want it. I guess you can even turn this up. So now it's it's coming through all staticky and all, you know, all jarbled. Ooh, you can even mess with the frequency. That's fun. Ooh. I feel like you can barely hear the piano now. It's just kind of making its way out. Unless I play really high notes, I can kind of hear those. But also, I can't even tell what notes are supposed to be. that's fun. Ooh. Okay, we'll turn this off. Yeah, we're back here. Back on. Significantly louder. Just that much louder. In fact, I don't even know if you can hear me at this point. If you can, then great. I'm not entirely sure at the moment that you could, because what I'm hearing is just louder than what's been played before. So it's fun. Alright, now let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That is 9 plugins. We have one more to go, and then I think we're good to go. We can just put a cap on this. 10 plugins is, like I said, sufficient. So, you may be wondering maybe you are wondering what the last plugin could possibly be, like what I want to experiment with. It could be anything. It really could be. That's what I've been saying the whole time. It could be any possible plugin to go with all of these equally possible plugins. You know? Nothing is impossible, alright? Don't let anyone tell you that this is impossible, or even impractical, because that does not matter in the slightest. Alright, let's have some fun with pitch shifting. That's going to be my final approach to this. We're going to shift the pitch of this chaos and see how we like all the different pitches that this gives us. Alright, we'll start with this though, with the fine tuning. Because fine tuning doesn't change the pitch as much, but it does kind of, you know, mess with your ears a little bit, so we'll try it out. Now, I say that, I don't even know if you can tell that the pitch is being shifted. Okay, maybe now. If we do it really fast, you'll hear the differences. So what I mean by you don't get different pitches, I guess you do. You don't get different notes as if notes on a keyboard. You get microtones. I believe that's the term you'd use here. Like you can make microtones out of this. Now, of course, if you're watching this after the fact and you know more about this stuff than I do, please feel free to correct me because I probably don't know the correct terminology for all this stuff. I'm just messing with sounds here, honestly. Let's see if any of these do anything. Okay, so this kind of actually, so this kind of makes things a bit quieter, but still everything else is definitely going. So all the overdriven stuff, the erosion stuff, the phaser stuff, all that's happening right now, but it's all kind of being in a way it's kind of under a blanket, you know, like it's all kind of muffled in a sense. Honestly, we could just decide to keep it this way if we're if we're just done with all the loudness. However, Okay, that's fun. I was gonna say I'm not indifferent to bringing us out of this blanket and hearing some of these other things play out along with everything in all of its glory. All right, that's fun. That probably doesn't do anything yet. Yeah, no, just. Ooh. Okay, there we go. So this is where the real fun happens. There we go. Now let's enjoy this. We've not messed with this yet, but this does change the pitch of everything that you're hearing. Very high would be, a bit jarring. So we'll just stick here. We'll stick with some low stuff for now. And we can get rid of this and just kind of. I'll try and play some notes. Let's see if we'll hear the notes better this way. I guess not. I guess not the rate we're going. Alright, well, that's fine. Okay, this is great. This is incredible. We got some traveling between the ears activity going on. Ooh, that's fun too. Okay. Ooh, we can add even more drive to this. Okay, there we go. That's what that sounds like. I think this is the loudest we've ever been. Alright, let's turn this off. That doesn't do anything. That did not do a thing. All of these things just kind of work together, independent from any input whatsoever. Oh, that's great. How about we turn things off one by one by one? Alright. Things are kind of sliding down a bit. We might hear the end of this. Oh, I love that so much. That's so cool. Alright, it might take a little while for everything to truly die down. But yeah. Everything's much calmer now. We're at peace. Yeah. Coolio. Alright. Well, what an experience that was. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed myself the entire time. I gotta say. It probably wasn't to everyone's taste. I mean, if you're watching this after the fact and you hated it, that's fair. But if you loved it, hey, I mean, I'm happy to have that in common with you. You know, I absolutely loved hearing everything that this could have possibly been. Oh, and I'd love to do another one of these sometimes, sometime soon. I'll even try some things I'd not yet used. I could even use the same things in different orders. If anyone had any recommendations for things that I try out, for another one of these that I do, definitely let me know. I'm open to any and all ideas, and yeah, I think that's gonna be it for this venture. We definitely had a venture, you know. That was what I set out to do, and by golly, I did it. So yeah, I'm feeling pretty good, and I'm gonna go ahead and sign off now. I'm satisfied with what we have built today. All right, thanks for tuning in, and I will talk to you later. Bye bye.